Hey, today's Bible reading devotion is found in John chapter 1, verses 12 and 13. And here the Apostle John is writing his gospel, and early on he points exactly to his subject, and that is Jesus. And he is telling about how Jesus has come. And here in verses 12 and 13, he is saying that man's responsibility is first found in believing and accepting. Believing what? Believing that Jesus was God, and that he was the Son of God, and that he came for the salvation of man. And to accept that is just all encompassing, not just a knowledge thing, but a true acceptance that he is God, and that he was God in the flesh, and that he came to be our sacrifice for our sins. And so he is saying, man, this grace that comes through Jesus, we need to believe and accept it. And when we believe and we accept it, then we become children of God. And I love this aspect, because this is this adoption that we talk about in our spiritual lives, that we are adopted into the God's family through Jesus' sacrifice. When we believe and when we accept what Jesus did on the cross, we become children of God. We become heirs, just like Jesus, who brought that salvation to us. And so he is saying, when we believe, when we accept, we become children of God. And I love verse 13, where it talks about that it isn't necessarily this blood and fleshly things that we achieve when we give our lives to Jesus, when we choose to believe and accept. Instead, it is a spiritual rebirth, much like what Jesus discusses in John chapter 3 with Nicodemus, talking about being born again, this spiritual rebirth. We become children of God because of the work that Jesus did on the cross. And so today I want to remind you of the importance of us believing and accepting what Jesus did. And as we continue to hold fast to those truths, as we continue to follow him, we will be children of God. And we will have this spiritual rebirth, and that we live in this newness of life because of what Jesus has done for us on the cross.